All right, batter up. Alright, hello my friends. Oh, what am I up to? I'm just doing what I love to do best, playing sports. As everybody knows, YouTubers are the most athletic people on the planet, especially those with autism who stay inside watching videos for a living. Just kidding, that's not true. But let's keep it real, I mean, I do play some sports, let's be honest here. I like to be cooler than I look. You see me being a nerd, and you never expect that I could submit you in jujitsu. Though I guess that is kind of a nerdy sport. That I can pitch a fastball. That I can skate circles around your pet penguin on the ice. I used to be able to bench 245, and now I can't, so it's a retro flex. Anyway, I wanted to watch an animation today, an animation that is, this must be one of the most classic TheOdd1sOut videos of all time, and I'm pretty sure I was saving it. I don't think I've watched this. My thoughts on sports. TheOdd1sOut sports animations. Also, go Blue Jays. We're in the World Series right now. As of me filming this video, Game 4 just ended and we just tied it up. The Blue Jays have not been in the World Series since before I was ever alive, and so it's very exciting for me. Okay, guys, I've been skipping the TheOdd1sOut theme song for the last little while. I don't know why, but I'm not going to forget this time, okay? RobertIDK, TheOdd1sOut, 1, 2, 3, theme song.
Sometimes I feel like the odd one out. No one knows what I'm talking about. So I just go and take a trip to Subway. Some things may keep me awake at night. Board games, my awful roommates and life. So I'll recline and go online. And with the odd ones out, I'll laugh a million times.
Hey, England! For the entirety of this video, I'm going to be calling this sport football and this sport soccer, okay? Oh, blimey, mate, we got a cheeky bugger here, we do. Well, pip-pop cheerio, hope a stiffy winks your knockers, God save the queen. What did I just say?
Well, you said something that is too late to be done, which is saving the queen, so this definitely is an older video.
So, the theme of this video, sports.
Wow.
Either you love them or you hate them. Or you have some other third opinion. Growing up, my family was never big on sports. We never watched any games on the telly.
What?
Sorry, I still got some British in me. And me and my dad never went out and played catch. He also never taught me how to shave. He was gone a lot.
Same.
He always talked about Heather. Okay, but I did play soccer for a couple years when I was like 7.
Oh man, okay, so my dad never taught me to shave, but he made me play like every sport growing up. And we played catch all the time. If it were up to him, video games would have never existed. But yeah, thankfully I can catch balls now. Thanks, Dad.
Okay, but I did play soccer for a couple years when I was like 7. I was on the green team. Sports at that age aren't even like sports. It's just parents wanting you to go outside more. Being a goalie on a soccer team when you're that age is super stressful. The whole team is counting on you. Even stopping a ball that's gently rolled towards you is difficult. One time, the other team we were playing was so sucky that all the players spent the whole game on their half of the field.
Wow.
And I was the goalie for my team.
Stressful.
And I remember just sitting down and picking at the grass. Soccer was the only sport that I've been on a team for. Well, I mean, I'm not counting the track team that I was on for only 2 days.
Yeah, that's the thing about playing a big team sport as a child, is you use an adult-sized field, court, diamond, rink, etc. And so when you are the goalie on the opposite side of where everything else is, people feel like they're miles away. The world is so big for you at that age. A soccer field compared to a child, that's like a marathon.
Soccer was the only sport that I've been on a team for. Well, I mean, I'm not counting the track team that I was on for only 2 days. There was this kid I mentioned a long time ago in my Boy Scout video named Micah. Now, he was a soccer fanatic.
Wow.
I wonder what he's doing. Okay, England, we have this holiday called Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We celebrate it because it's when we left your lame country. Don't ask what we did next.
No,
so on
oh my
Thanksgiving, for some
gosh.
reason, it's a tradition to play football before you go and eat food. So while the ladies stay inside and cook the meal, the men go outside and throw the pigskin around. Nice. I'm just kidding, you guys. I'm not a sexist. But I mean, that is what happens. So one time during Thanksgiving, I was a little kid, like 11 or 12, and I was playing football with my dad and his other 40-year-old friends. So me being the littlest, I wasn't particularly the best player, but while we were playing, I freaking caught the ball. I caught it! And then I just started booking it across the field. field. I've probably never ran so quickly in my entire life. And I actually made it. I scored a home run.
A home run!
Me,
a touchdown, James. I've had a similar experience when I was younger. Football was not a sport I learned how to play or be good at. Positioning, all of this stuff. But if you threw the ball to me, there was actually a chance I would catch it and just autism run as fast as I could to the other side. I did have value, and this is what I'm saying. Me and James are very similar.
And that, to me, was such a pivotal point in my life. I felt so accomplished. Me, a little kid, scored a goal against a bunch of adults. I would think back to it if I was ever feeling sad. Like, oh, I failed this math test, but one time I scored a basket against a bunch of adults when I was 12.
You got a goal unit.
But I remember I was a senior in high school, and I was just driving, and then the thought came to me, they probably let me score that touchdown.
No.
They're going easy on me.
No.
Man, growing up sucks. I was never all that competitive as a child. Well, okay, I was never competitive when it came to sports. It's just a game, guys.
What were you competitive with?
We're supposed to have fun. Winning's not that important. Sports are good at that age, though. They promote physical activity, you can make friends, you might like the sport and want to pursue it more, and it's not a big deal if you suck. I'm totally making my future kid play a sport. That is, if I have kids. What if I die alone? People make a comparison.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make my kids play sports. Well, maybe not like a bunch of sports, but I will say martial arts is going to be a requirement. Not because I'm a martial arts nerd and it's like, you can watch UFC with me, but I think that everyone should know how to defend themselves. And I recommend martial arts to everyone on earth. And I will definitely be getting my my children into martial arts when I have children. And then as for other sports, I mean, I can let them choose and figure out for themselves, you know?
People make the comparison that some people watch gaming channels for the same reason that others watch sports. You're watching someone play a video game? Why do you watch someone play when you can just go to the computer and play it yourself? Now replace the word video game with sport and outside with computer, and it's the same thing.
Computer's a lot easier.
Artist made a very good comic about the point I'm trying to make. I'll just read it. What are you doing? Watching this guy play a game. It's pretty funny. Wait, so you aren't even playing? Yeesh, what a waste of time. And then he goes and watches a sports game. The artist is so much cooler than me.
To be fair though, it's not the same thing. To play a sport, you have to potentially organize 10 or more people and you all have to go to a certain place at a certain time. Playing a video game is something that you can do probably from the same device you're watching someone play a video game in. Though I love watching gaming videos, obviously. I'm just saying, like, they do have kind of a point. That being said, the reason people enjoy that is the reason that you enjoy watching my videos is because it's like we're hanging out. It's not the same as just playing the game or watching the vid. You know, it's a different experience. It's like a friend thing. We're homies, you know? You know, we can indirectly hang out and I can still be kind of sick and you won't get sick because this is not real in the real life. I'm not actually sitting next to you. I know it seems like it sometimes. Anyways, let me carry on.
I just want to say it's fine if you watch sports. Granted, I won't watch them with you because they're incredibly boring. You want to know why gaming channels work? It's because they play different games. Even Captain Sparkles, who mostly plays Minecraft and also who I love, by the way.
Aww.
And I did buy a t-shirt to prove my point, but it's still in the mail. See, look, I bought a t-shirt and I bought sunglasses right here. So I just want to give a big shout out to themakershop.com, who's taking a million years to ship me my Captain Sparkles shirt. It was going to be so
Make our
cool.
shop.
I was going to say, I bought a t-shirt to prove my point, and then I was going to flick the sunglasses that I also bought down. Notice me, senpai. This email says it's going to take 3 to 7 business days to ship. Well, yesterday was the 13th business day.
Oh!
What is it, Jordan? 7 or 13? So I bought this just so I have something physical to show my love for Captain Sparkles. I've been watching...
Man, this segment is going on way longer than I thought. Okay, we're almost there. Homie's rocking, I think that's a Blue Yeti mic. Man, I really would have thought James would like have a really crazy mic out the gate. This mic actually sounds quite good for what it is. Noise suppression. Good for animations.
I've been watching all of his videos since TNT. Oh, he's changed it.
Very cool,
but
James.
The point...
Oh, we use the same headphones, though. We do have the same headphones. There we are. Same boy. That's the same boy. It's the same picture. Spot the difference. It's the same picture. This is a drawing. This goes without saying, homies. I think I forgot to say it, but yeah, make sure you're subscribed to James. I think he's the greatest and most important storytime animator of all time on YouTube, and he will forever have my respect. So yeah, make sure you're supporting the original creator. He's amazing. And while you're here, if you could boop like on my video, I'll boop like on his video. video. If you could boop like on my video and subscribe, that would be cool. Okay, Blue Jays.
But the point is, he changes around the format and the rules of his Let's Plays with all the different maps he plays. It's different for every video, even his role-playing ones, which I'm still waiting for part 5 to come out.
Come on,
imagine
Captain
if there was a
Sparkles.
gaming channel that only played the first Super Mario game. It might be fun to watch at first, especially if they're good at playing the game, and it might be fun to watch how other people play it and see what they do. But for 50 years? Don't you think that would get a little boring after a while? I mean, only so much can happen, and that's what I think sports is like sometimes.
No, are you joking?
Same rules, over and over and over.
Are you joking?
Spice some things up once in a while. What if we're
Okay, James. Yeah, I don't want to watch random people I've never heard of or will ever know and are just average at baseball, play baseball for 3 hours. But when it's world class, most impressive athletes in the world, and every time it can be totally different, and you have teams that are tied to your home culture where you live, and it's a massive social gathering. Yeah, it's a little different, bro, but that's okay. James just wasn't raised the way I was, and that's okay. And I don't want you to get it twisted. I am still a gigantic nerd. I just was lucky enough to have a dad that forced me to not always be a nerd. And so I know about Chad stuff. I know about Giga Chad stuff, so that's all I'm saying. You know how I'm like a big old silly nerd, but then I'm also like a totally alpha Giga Chad? The Giga Chad probably came from my Giga Dad.
It's the same game, same rules, over and over and over. Like, spice some things up once in a while. What if for basketball, there were like mystery boxes like in Mario Kart, and you could grab them and that would give you an advantage? How about if a team is losing, they get some wacky, hilarious handicap depending on how far behind they are, so it's not hopeless for them. But James, sports is supposed to measure your talent. Whatever.
Well, and skill.
It gets boring to watch. I can understand if the teams are neck and neck and it comes down to one final play like what it does in every sports movie. That's why they have to use
Like
that plot
Mike.
device in all the sports movies to make it interesting. But a lot of times, sports aren't like that. Like if one team is leading by 50 points,
52.
why even bother watching the last 5 minutes of the game?
That would be a world record,
I would rather
so-
watch any Air Bud movie than a sports game because stuff actually happens in those movies. And they're different
James!
each time. And there's a dog wearing...
Lola. Are you hearing this? This is sacrilege. How many people he just offended with that statement?
I would rather watch any Air Bud movie than a sports game because stuff actually happens in those movies and they're different each time. And there's a dog wearing...
I liked Air Bud though.
Okay, what matters more to you in the grand scheme of life and the life you're living right now? What happens in one of the Air Bud movies or the game that we watched today?
The game that we watched yesterday. Blue Jays versus the Dodgers. They set the longest MLB game in the World Series history. And then today the Blue Jays won. Woo-hoo, go Blue Jays!
I know all the cheers, all the songs.
I know it.
Well, yeah, what are they?
Canadian, eh? Canadian, eh?
Ew, oh my gosh. No, oh my gosh, you just hurt my soul. You really just hurt my soul there. Okay, Blue Jays, let's play ball.
Everybody say let's go Dodgers in the comments.
How dare you? I will quickly show it to Lola just so that she can hear. That's actually swag. That's sick. That's actually super hard. I don't even think I ever heard the original. That song goes so hard. That's like from the 90s. That's like the early 90s, maybe even the 80s. That goes so hard. All right, anyways, we'll see if it gets me copyright claimed.
I just want to say for the record, if my kid grew up to be a professional athlete, then I'll watch sports. But only the games that they play in, and only the games that are interesting. Ugh, why is it socially acceptable to know everything about sports and dress up, but it isn't acceptable to dress up in fursuits and go to cons? You see, I don't think it's acceptable to do either of those things. You're both weird. But don't let me stop you. You do you. Follow your dreams. Okay,
Well,
let's talk
that
about
was a
some
lie,
stories.
James.
In grade school, I was put in the honor class.
That was a lie. James has literally gone to a furry convention in a fursuit. He's literally done that. All right, that's fine.
Okay, let's talk about some stories. In grade school, I was put in the honor classes for my academic achievement, which did not help me whatsoever. It probably hurt me when I went to college, but that's not what we're talking about. Anyway, so during recess, the whole class would play kickball. Kickball is a fun sport. Anyone can play it, but it takes a pro to be good at it. What? There was this girl in my class who was the best kickball player, and then later when she grew up, she became the valedictorian of my high school and went to Harvard. I'm proud of her. Also, my ginger friend Nick Jiggly, who I've mentioned before, he also got to speak during graduation.
Ginger friend.
Actually, okay, so Nick had this thing where his hands would shake. I don't think it was Parkinson's. I actually emailed him about it, and he said, I asked a doctor, and he said it's just a mild tremor. Ha. So he's probably fine. But whenever he would give a presentation in front of the class, his hands would be shaking, and people would think, oh, he's nervous. But no, actually, he's the most extroverted and outgoing kid that I knew. He just had a condition.
I remember one specific school presentation. I usually was fine. I could I wouldn't shake. I wouldn't be super nervous or whatever when doing a class presentation. But there was one time when I had to make a rap song, a rap parody about the Great Depression in the 1920s in Canada. And I had to use all these Great Depression Canada slang terms, like Bennett Buggy. Bennett Buggy was like the biggest, like, oh my gosh, if you can fit that into a bar, that's a flex that'll stick with you for the rest of your life. I'm just kidding. I mean, technically it is. I'm flexing it right here. But when we had to do the rap in front of, I didn't think we were gonna actually have to present it. I thought we were just gonna, the lyrics for the project. But nope. Suddenly we're asked to perform it, and I've never tried to perform it ever. And I barred up on this track. I barred up. This was complex. This was syllables. This was lyrical miracle.
I'm a spiritual, lyrical, individual spirit.
And so yeah, that was the one time when I was like shaking the paper while presenting. And yeah, I did lose my place in the song, and it was ruined. But it's okay, I wasn't actually trying to look cool or anything.
That was a pretty long tangent. What are we talking about? Sports? Oh yeah, kickball. Since everyone in the class was kind of already a nerd, I wasn't usually the last one to be picked on a team. I was usually the fourth or third to last. It's so nerve-wracking when the last five are still standing and you think, don't let me be last, don't let me be last. And then you get picked and it's like, ha! They think I'm better than you. Which I'm not actually. One time I think I was like 15 or something, and me and this big group of people went to a sports complex. And we were having fun, playing games and running around, and then boom! A soccer ball just whacked me in the face.
Oh, no.
I got a bloody nose and I couldn't stand up without toppling over for a few seconds. And then I went to a bathroom, freshened up. What sucked was that it was a girl that hit me, and people made jokes like, oh, you got hit by a girl. Wow. It still hurt, okay? So I sat out for a couple.
Do people still do that? Guys, let me know in the comments. Do people still say stuff like that? I mean, it's all in good fun, right? I mean, as long as you respect everyone, I guess that's just how our culture will always be. It's not even necessarily a super negative thing, but it's just kind of funny. I feel like we're not supposed to talk like that anymore.
Oh, you got hit by a girl. It still hurt, okay? So I sat out for a couple of minutes. I waited until I stopped seeing flashing colors. Then, like the man that I am, I went back and played some more. And not 5 minutes go by when it happened again. Different person this time. But after the second time, I was completely out. I mean, I wasn't unconscious, but I couldn't get out. I remember my brother had to carry me out on his shoulder.
That's how the video ends. What? It literally. All right, my friends. What did we learn today? 1, sport ball. 2, always do your best. 3, there's no I in team, but there's an I in subscribe to RobertIDK. There's an I in like RobertIDK's video, and there's an I in I think you should check out this video, because I think if you like this video, you'll like that video. So click on this next and keep hanging out with me. Okay, let's keep hanging out in this video. Or YouTube thinks you'll like this video. Am I right, or is YouTube right? Click on one of them. Hurry! Hurry! Hurry!